Have you ever wondered how cameras work, or when the first camera was invented, or even when the first movie was made? Well, today I'm going to answer all those questions. The history of the camera is complicated. The first model was called the camera obscura, and it was invented in 400 BC, although there's kind of an issue to that. A lot of people believe that the actual first camera ever invented was in 1685 by a man named Johann Zahn. Now, this camera was the first actual ever portable camera to take a photo, but unfortunately, the photo took 100 years to process and actually be produced using the camera obscura effect. The camera since then has been mastered. Cameras are now in phones. You can buy them down the street at your local store, and you can honestly take a photo or video whenever you feel like it. So, how does this relate to cinema? Well, cinema actually uses cameras to shoot their films. Movies can sometimes be difficult to shoot, so people have created tools that make it easier for shooting. People have created better lenses to capture a specific sort of light or no light. People have created light reflectors that are able to reflect light. People have created big standalone lights that are able to produce light on any subject. But people have also created tools, one of them being a gimbal, and a bunch of other heavy industrial machines that move cameras around the set to make it easier to shoot and get a specific shot that you want. So with that brings another question. When was the first ever motion picture? Well, the first ever motion picture recorded that people believe is to be in 1888. It was titled Roundhouse Garden Scene, and it was actually shot by a man named Louis de Prince, and it was shot in his backyard of his family. The clip is only 2 seconds, but it was the first ever motion picture. And a motion picture is just a series of photos put together very quickly so that it looks like there's movement. And Louis de Prince did that first in his backyard shooting his family.
Cinema has also sparked the evolution of video editing. Video editing has been evolving drastically during the evolution of cinema. People have discovered how to make and use apps like Adobe Premiere, how to add special effects, and how to simply do things like cutting clips and adding audio before software. People would have to literally cut pieces of film to make a cut. And acting was so much harder because the actors couldn't do whole takes of a scene. They had to stop at every cut and continue the scene from there.
Trends in culture have also been altered due to cinema. Cinema, as well as music, has altered the minds of people in a good way. For example, the moral of Rocky is to go the distance. In other words, it means to never give up and to never lose hope, and to always take chances and risks where you see possible. Now, normally this isn't such a big deal, but this movie and this moral have impacted a lot of people emotionally, making a lot of people idolize Rocky, idolize his story, and inevitably become better people because of it. They literally change their life and they turn it around for the better. And that goes with cinema and for music. Cinema has changed and impacted culture and trends through people emotionally. A study says a good movie can entertain, educate, and inspire the viewer in many ways. Think of the impact that songs have on people, for example. They can make us think. They can make us compassionate. They can inspire us to help others and do good to and for humanity.
Thank you, Isaac. Also, I'd say cinema has helped brought an increase in jobs, as well as fields in colleges to study. The job cinema has brought upon are acting jobs, animators, music producers, sound engineers, writers, directors, and a lot more. There are so many jobs, but they are, for the most part, pretty stable. These jobs can vary between the money amount that they make. It can be a lot of money with actors, where some of the biggest actors can make up to like $20 million. Shout out Mr. Obama.
So, what can we conclude? What impact has cinema actually had on society? Well, first, the spark of the camera made it possible to make movies, and the spark of movies and cinema have made it possible to evolve cameras. Now, evolving cameras also come with evolving microphone quality, visual quality, and making those tools that people use to make shooting movies easier. Secondly, we know that cinema has changed trends in culture. The way that movies do this is by telling inspiring stories, or telling creative stories, or telling informative stories. Either way, it changes a person's mindset and it heavily can impact their life, motivating them to be better or do something in a good and positive way. Thirdly, we know that cinema has brought upon new jobs. People that are in love with watching movies can now be in love with making movies, and they can do whatever they want. There are so many jobs when it comes to cinema, and with every job comes good money. And fourthly, we know that cinema has brought upon advancements in technology. More specifically, some sort of editing software and applications that make it easier for people to edit videos or maybe edit a photo or do anything that they want with clips and videos, like make YouTube videos, make school projects, and make movies. Those are the 4 major impacts that cinema has had on society. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Mr. Bono, for granting me, Alex, and Quinn with this A+ on the project.